Morning all, up in the Grandad's allotment. 11th of August today, so I thought I would give you a bit of a plot tour for August and let you see what's been going on. Right, we'll start off in the little greenhouse. So I don't know if you can see, but my garlic is drying. I've got a load of garlic at home as well. Tomatoes doing well. Need cutting back in this greenhouse. I haven't really kept up with tying them up and things. You can see I'm starting to flop a bit, so I'll have to sort that. Not really had any tomatoes starting to ripen yet. In here I've lost the aubergine that I had on. That fell off. Looks as though something's been had a go at that. These tomato plants, the watering system has done well. I haven't watered these at all for, well, since I planted them, so probably 2 months, but I don't know if you can see in that one. That's the root system from the 2 plants, and they're still about half full, the tanks. So I've not even tapped, even filled those tanks up. The only problem is they're a little bit higher off the ground, so you lose, a couple of foot of growing space, which is why most of the fruit is right at the top. I don't know if you can see in there, the tomatoes are right at the top. I'll have to pinch them out, and I'll probably have to pinch them out a little bit earlier. There are some fruit coming on, but like I say, it's taken away 2 foot of growing space, so I'll have to rethink that. Principle's okay, works, but I need to get them down to that level. So it's either I sink them into the ground and do it that way, which is a possibility, which might be the easier option, or I do like a drainage gutter system, a bit like what Terry's done on Robotic Allotment Garden. I might think about that, but I think I've got the space, depends how deep the ground goes, to sink them boxes in. So yeah, we'll come back to that. So a quick look, excuse the mess, because I've not tidied the shed for months because I've been outside in the garden. In here again, they're growing a bit wild. Haven't done anything with these. Cucumbers are starting to come on, but I've just let them to grow as normal bush tomatoes. I haven't really trained them up the stems very much. Right, we'll have a look in the garden. So as you can see, everything's green, growing well. That's my chard. There is some spinach in there which has gone to seed, but yeah, I need to take some harvest of that. In the chilli house, this is doing really well, getting really hot in here. You can see, but we've got curry chilies at the back there, standard peppers. These are habaneros, I think. And there's loads of smaller bushes which are coming on. There's the black ones at the back there. You can see. So there is loads of coming on. Definitely works well having this little chilli house. Constant water. Top these water things up every couple of days. The pots in the front there are just some cauliflowers I've potted up. Hide a couple of seeds in, and I'm going to have loads. So yeah. So moving on, most of the beds now are starting to come out. So in this one I had chard and stuff beforehand, and beetroot. So I've harvested all of that, and I've just sown with 4 rows of beetroot, which are just starting to come up. Again, for the second crop, this little bed here had peas in. They've all gone over now, so I've sown some carrots into there. So Nance 5 carrots. See how they do over the winter. In the strawberry planter, I hide in all of my tomato spare plants that I had. I don't know if you can see, but that's definitely not a tomato, that's a potato. Potato, tomato, whatever. In this bed, we've got the Outdoor Girl tomatoes, which are just doing their own thing. See if the red one's in there somewhere. So the Outdoor Girls have been great, just definitely their own devices. A couple of courgette plants in there as well, and loads of self-seeded nasturtiums from last year. So I've just let that to do its own thing. Strawberry beds, they're done now. I'm going to strip these ones right out with some and put some fresh ones in the next year. I've got a load at home which I'm taking runners off at the moment. These ones are coming out because they're 3-year-old now. So Grandad's fuchsia bush, both of them, they're just taking over. So in the greenhouse, excuse the mess, I took a load of leaves off yesterday, so they're just drying out before I put them into the compost. But you can see loads of tomatoes coming on, starting to get some nice ones, big one there, and my grapes, still loads of grapes. They're just starting to ripen up now, as you can see, starting to fill up and ripen up, and they are actually very nice. They've got pips in, but they're very nice. So yeah, doing well with the tomatoes, and that's with the self-watering system with the hoses, which is fed from that barrel there to a timer which runs through the soaker hoses. You know, but I think I might go for sinking the barrels in here as well. Okay, let's get back out again. So if I just go bed by bed, dahlias are now showing. A couple of bits of rosemary in the corners as well. This bed here with the nasturtiums in, that has got beetroot in the corner, nasturtiums this corner, and this trellis here had the peas up, but it's now got some kale in there, just planted in, but the nasturtiums are taking over again self-seeded. Leeks, they're doing well, starting to put on a bit of weight. The tayberries across the back are taking over. Fruits have gone over now, but the bush is taking well. A few more dahlias and stuff in there. A little fuchsia bush, and again self-seeded nasturtiums, and a dandelion to get that out. These are the spring onions, potted up. So they're the red spring onions. I'll take a few of them home actually, because I'm going to do a bit of a harvest as well while I'm here. But yeah, this is working well as a spring onion bed, and it's actually doing better than when I used it as a strawberry bed. So I think in the future, spring onions in this bed here. It's also got a bit of fennel in, because I just need somewhere to put it, but it is bulbing up. But whether it goes to seed or not is another thing. Some of them have, but I don't mind. I don't mind the fennel fronds either, and a seedy taste. So this bed had in the corner onions, or shallots, but I've taken them out. It's got in celery, but most of them are bolted and gone to seed. Another Outdoor Girl tomato, just left to its own devices. A little patty pan squash there. There's a couple on there. again, this one had some beetroot in. It's got a few leeks planted in there. What's left of the beetroot in here? These are multi-sown beetroot. Could do with a few being pulled. So these are the cylindra ones, the long beetroot. And you just pick them as and when, just to thin them out. Nice for salads and stuff. I don't like them myself personally, but the wife does. Yeah, a few beetroot there. Just keep thinning them out, and I'll start up with another set of beetroot shortly. This bed was the broad beans. They're all gone and out now. So it's been planted up with some sweet stem broccoli and some purple sprouting broccoli over there. So yeah, you can see I'm trying to get a second season out of all the beds as we go. We'll be planting winter crops in. There's a little courgette, round courgette there. Again, bit of that's spinach, perpetual spinach. I just stick the odd plant in, where there's a space. A bit more fennel. Again, this is the Florence fennel. Really nice. I like the sort of fronds off it. Couple of sunflowers in there, along with the roses. Into the bean cage. I've had all of the slots out of the front. They're all gone. Odd one there that's gone to flower. This needs a good weeding. The little purple beans, French beans, but the runner beans, they're all starting to come on now over the top, and they're easier to pick when they're like this rather than up the tree. But and these are, as you can see, these are Guinness World Record runner beans, so really long ones. But when you leave them too long, they're a bit woody, so that's about the maximum length I'll leave them to. Let's see. Butternut squash. I never really have much chance with butternut squash, to be honest. There's one on there, whether it comes to anything. There's loads of fruit, but they get the, a couple inches long and they drop off. Oh, there's one there. There you go, dropped off. Yeah, I never really, whether it's the water in or not enough water, I don't know. Got more sunflowers in there. Again, a few tomatoes, some more multi-sown spring onions there. Really nice. So in this bed, it was supposed to be kale. 2 different sorts of kale, but that to me looks like a cabbage. And this one here looks like Brussels sprout. So it's definitely not kale. These are, some curly kale, some nice stuff coming up there. This is, was a bed that's covered up. The cover's gone. I knew it was gone, so I've just left it. I was going to net it for the butterflies, but they haven't really touched that. I mean, there is, the odd hole in the cabbage, but it's not being decimated like it normally does at all, and they don't tend to touch the kale for some reason. So yeah, good crop of kale. I've got to take some of that home today. Another couple of outdoor girls, tomatoes. Need a bit of water actually, a bit dry, but they're a lovely tasting tomato. Carrots. First year I've actually done carrots and getting something. whether it's with this bed, you know, it's really soft soil. Let's just have a pull up. There you are. One yellow carrot. A couple of little ones. Let's just see what else is in here. Chantilly, stump carrots. And I've just been picking the odd one as I go. I'm picking a load of stuff here for to take home, so see if we can get any more multicoloured ones. See if I've got any. What's that one? White carrot. Purple carrot. That'll do. A few there for home. So we've got what's left of my potatoes here. One left of our second earlies. A bucket of the purple, and the rest of them are main crop, which are no, that's the second early. They're bonnies. The rest are main crop along there. And that one there, which is still growing, is the ones that's done just purely in wood chip. So we'll have a look at them later. I'll pick a bucket up and harvest them. And these ones here, rhubarb, a few tomato plants, and a rogue nettle. So in the mesh at the back, they were all my spare plants that were ready for second plant, but they've all gone over now, so they'll all just be ditched. First bucket of Christmas potatoes. They were done as soon as I harvested my first earlies. They were planted, and they are Maris Piper, shop bought Maris Piper that I went over and started chitting. So they were popped in there, ready for Christmas. Right, I'll show you the fruit cage. So into the fruit cage. Before we go there, again, Maris Piper potatoes from my buckets, from my potato experiment, you know, the biochar. So whenever I did that video about a month ago, these have been planted in there. And again, another bucket. Plum tree. It's not had a plum on again this year. It had the leaf curl, so that was all cut off. But you see, still got bits of it. If we don't get anything off that next year, that's coming out. The apples on this one, this is Spartan. This has done really well. So had loads in the drop, but I've taken loads off as well because they're getting a bit scabby. So I've taken them off, let it grow. Now I'll do something about the pruning of this on a separate video because it's ready for its summer prune. Cherries. These are Morello cherries. Got loads on it this year. Did really well. Pleased with that. This apple tree, nothing off it this year. Loads of flowers, nothing. Look at my pears. First year, 3 pears. Conference pears, excellent. Gooseberries have done now. Currants have gone over now, gone mad. So is the raspberries, but these are autumn raspberries, so there's still time for these yet. These are still growing, still budding. So, and I don't know if you can see in there, the bindweed's taking over them ones. So I need to get in here next weekend. I'm actually rethinking this fruit cage because I'm not harvesting what I should, so it might be gone. I certainly thinned out, and I might put some raised beds in here instead for next year. Again, this apple tree, nothing on it, needs pruning. I'll do a separate video on how I do that. Right guys, bucket of potatoes. Said these were my second earlies, which are Bonnies. Just gonna some of the, on the top I put wood chip to keep the moisture in, so I'm just going to get rid of some of that to start with, because I'm going to harvest these potatoes and I'm going to sow carrots in the buckets afterwards, so I don't want loads of wood chips in with them. Let's get rid of that into a bucket. And we'll see what we've got potato wise. These aren't too bad. Plenty in. You can see it's from there. Fairly decent cut one here. Seems to pay off leaving them a little bit longer. See potatoes there. Yeah, so I'm going to put carrots straight into this afterwards, and then put them into the greenhouse for Christmas carrots. Trying to grow my own Christmas dinner this year, apart from the turkey. Get the little ones out, otherwise I'll have Christmas potatoes, I won't make Christmas carrots. I'm sure you're all watching this and saying, you've missed a one, you've missed a one. You always do when I watch people's potato reviews. Not too shabby, to be honest. There we go. None too shabby. Right, I'll show you what I've harvested. Right guys, that's the bucket emptied. And that's today's little haul. A bit of kale, a few carrots there, some cylindra beetroot, bunny potatoes, and 3 onions. But I've got a load more onions and shallots drying out. I just need them for my dinner tonight. So guys, what I'm planning to do with my potato buckets is just to sow carrots in. These are on Nance 5. So as I'm emptying the potato buckets now, I've done the Christmas potatoes. I'll be sowing some carrots, and these will be going in to the greenhouse when when it starts to get a bit colder. But just broadcasting them. All around, and I'll thin them out as they come, and then just general light going over, light covering, and they'll be watered, and then that's it. Right, see you in a minute. Guys, that's it for today. Catch you all later. See you on the next one.